Number of challenge was the biggest challenge. To begin with, the advantage is that Uganda has given us an opportunity to work in free space. Many of the markets that have been constructed by government, we have about 80% women in those spaces. Women are allowed to work for an income, and an income which is equivalent to men's income if they are pursuing the same job. Like in the media, if you are pursuing or have the same portfolio or office, you're earning the same with irrespective of your gender. And that has raised the participation of women in income generating activities. Now they own about 44% of the businesses in Uganda. However, their businesses are at a low scale, they are not registered. In case of fires, in case of any catastrophe, sometimes they will not get compensation. Sometimes they cannot quantify how their businesses are. Sometimes they even employ uneducated but unskilled but relatives who run down their businesses. And so it is important for them to look at the challenges as they pursue their businesses and be able to correct them by registering, by being able to also pay taxes, by being also to be on to ensure that the money is banked. We don't keep the money in the houses because it can be taken away by anything. We plan, we prepare ourselves. We don't go shopping, getting everything that shop and taking, but we plan for even what you want to do shopping for. Has included young girls in education, and education for all. Gave an opportunity for women, all of them, to go to school, which was breaking the cultural barrier that eliminated women and girls from pursuing academic careers. However, 30 years of implementation of universal education, primary education, secondary education, we see an emerging of school fees, even in government-aided schools, which eventually leads to girls not be able to complete or pursue their education, even at primary level or secondary level. So that element of allowing teachers to ask for money has been exacerbated in the villages. Sometimes they pay 100,000, 200,000 shillings, 300,000 shillings. So if you have 5 children, they may not be able to go to school and complete.
Glad to celebrate for our day of Women's Day, which is on 8th Saturday. I'm very proud to be a woman of this country who has contributed a lot in Ryantonde and even the entire country. I want to thank Mama Janet Museveni to be a very good example in this country. She is a first lady at the same time a leader. She has not seated behind to enjoy being a first lady, but she has come up ever since to contribute in the leadership of this country. And she has done a lot to save this country. We appreciate her. We appreciate her efforts to keep this country moving as a first lady. And I want to thank my fellow women who are in big positions in this country, who have supported this country because they are pillars in this country. And I want to thank His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who is an overseer who thought about women and looked at us as an important people. He picked us up. He planted us in different positions in this country, and we've contributed so much. And I thank women for being trustworthy, not to humiliate President Museveni because he fought for us. And thank you for knowing that and keep his legacy safe. And even your names, plus your husbands and children. Because we are pillars or foundation of our homes and this country. Mothers are the pillars of this country and homes in this country.
And the statistics currently is that in cabinet, senior cabinet ministers who are female constitute 44%, compared to 36% in 2016. So we have made progress. Ministers of state, there are 50 of them, out of which 23 are women, constituting 46%. And we can note that for permanent secretaries, out of the permanent secretaries, we have 17 women permanent secretaries out of 34, 15 CEOs of commissions, there are 39, 14 are women, there are 37 ambassadors who are women. In the 11th Parliament, 175 female members of Parliament, 175, 146 of whom came under affirmative action as district women MPs. The percentage of women in Parliament stands at 34%. This one we have sort of regressed because in the last Parliament we were 35%. And surprisingly, at local government level, in those leadership, women constitute 45.7% of the elected leaders at local government level.
The Right Honorable Speaker, most women are being embarrassed in supermarkets. As if supermarkets in the markets also, in public places. If you go to jails, you find even both women and men being taken to jail, as if the women are the only ones stealing in public. It has become a culture. When a woman is caught, they undress the woman. I've seen the woman being undressed and the fun of beating the central government of women. I've never seen a man being beaten after stealing. I've never seen a man being undressed in public. Honorable Minister for Gender, what are we doing for our women? Much as we are advocating, we are going to celebrate Women's Day. It is really appalling. Women, once they are caught even being a suspect, someone is a suspect, they undress the women. They are dressed naked. I've seen the women. I'm not going to mention their names. Honorable Minister, please, Right Honorable Speaker, I need protection.
Honorable, you are centrally protected.
Thank you.
No, Honorable colleagues, once someone is caught in such an act, even the local government shouldn't be beaten. No government should be beaten. So Honorable Zumra, and then I'll call Honorable Kisa to represent men.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to encourage the men in this house to also go out there and encourage the men in the villages to start taking their responsibilities as being the man in the house. Most of the women in this county are dying quietly. Men have left responsibilities that they are supposed to take in the hands of women. Women are taking responsibilities of men. Men have become donors of children to women. When the child comes out, the responsibility is being left to the woman. So I am encouraging you, the men in this house, go out there and teach your men out there to be in position to take their responsibilities. One, of paying school fees. Two, we need a roof on a woman and the children. Three, we need home for these women and the children. Four, you need to dress up your women so that they will also look nice, like the young girls that you are admiring outside there. Stop going for those women out.
Gender, by definition, is male and female. The Ministry of Gender, when they are planning and emphasizing issues, they talk about women, youth, and children. And men, we are not mentioned anywhere. Now, when the honorable colleagues come here, they say women have taken over responsibility and then men are not doing their work. Where are we as men in the Ministry of Gender? And then they talk about beating the central government. Where is the local government in this issue? This is a very serious matter. the Minister for Gender, I want to see clarification from you. Where are you planning for men in your ministry? Because you're always about women, youth, and children.
Honorable and honorable members, I want to...
Just start with the issue of the local government and then the rest will... Where are men in your planning?
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to note and thank all the members because most of the issues are input into the papers. There are proposals that we will take on, and I pledge that we will take on most of the issues raised. I wanted to start with the GROW, but since you said I start with local government, let me state that the ministry plans for everybody. Gender is women, men, girls, and boys. It is how we should plan and ensure that those who are vulnerable of the women and men, girls and boys, are pulled to reach to the level of the other gender. So when you hear we are talking so much about women and girls, it means in our data, the male gender is proportionately better than the female gender. So all the program is first to lift those that are not, those who are disempowered should first come to your level, and then we now plan when we are together. And my data, when you look at my data, just in this parliament alone, we are only 34%. So if I come here as a minister for gender and I say I want affirmative action, I cannot say I want affirmative action for male who are 76% in this house. I have to plan for the 34 to move to 50%, and then I say, okay, let's now plan for both gender. So that is why the local governments are still supposed to be planned for and localized, while the central government is pulled up. And once we are together, then we can now see how to centralize both local government and central government.